Let's listen to what he says about sequencing.com.
There's been talk about DNA. Oh, there's been talk about DNA. And it's funny that there's been so much talk about DNA. I knew he was going to do this, right? So now I don't subscribe to the idea that there's DNA that can actually trace anybody back anywhere in antiquity. I don't subscribe to that whatsoever, but he does. There's a problem with that. So the problem with DNA, according to sequencing.com, which is a leading DNA research company, Jewishness is more difficult to identify in genetic testing than other ethnic groups. This is because there is no specific gene that makes a person Jewish. Also, straightforward DNA examination cannot conclusively tell a person whether or not they are Jewish descent or a part of a Jewish population. So what's interesting is one of his objections to the 12 tribe chart was, well, you cannot demonstrate a genetic connection between these people, but it is impossible for anybody to actually demonstrate a genetic connection between any modern people and the ancient Israelites. That cannot be done. So he's asking me to do something that is not only impossible, but something that his people cannot do either.
False. Why didn't he tell you the rest of what sequencing.com had to say? See, accurately quoted one part. He didn't quote the part that comes immediately before it. Let me read it for you. If you're suspecting that you have Jewish ancestry, you might be wondering whether a Jewish DNA test can put your doubts to bed. Click here to learn more. So this is the opening paragraph on the page answering the question, can a DNA test identify Jewish ancestry? Their answer is yes. Here, look at it on the website, okay? This is the website he quoted to you. Why didn't he tell you about this part? Can a DNA test identify Jewish ancestry? And it tells you, click here to find out more so you can put your doubts to bed. This is on the sequencing.com website. Why didn't he tell you that? He took one statement out of context and didn't tell you the rest. Oh, let me read you other things on sequencing.com that he failed to tell you. He left out this paragraph immediately before his quotes. There are over 15.2 million Jewish people across the globe, so they fully agree with my definition of Jewishness, not Guerrilla Hebrews, who says there are well over 400 million. And this rich and vibrant community is only growing. If you believe that you're part of it, a Jewish DNA test can help you become more secure in your identity so that you can proudly join these communities. And he also left out this. This text immediately followed after the words he cited. However, a DNA test can give you this information in other logical and accurate ways. So it's not just going to say, oh, here's the Jewish gene. But by looking at genetic history, it's going to be able to tell you, yes, for sure, you are of the Jewish people. And he left this out, too. This is all on the site that he quoted. He said it's a reliable site, right? Respected site. Quote, the forced dispersal of the Jewish population from the Kingdom of Israel in the Eastern Mediterranean resulted in Jewish communities scattering throughout the world in what is known as the Jewish diaspora. People in these dispersed Jewish communities tended to have children with people who shared the same religious culture, and over time, people in these Jewish communities began to share more DNA with one another. This is where your ethnicity numbers come into play when you get DNA testing and analyze your family history. So you've got family history of Jewishness, you want to confirm it, you can absolutely confirm it through DNA. That's what they're telling you. So again, the big question, why didn't Guerrilla Hebrew tell you that? Look, this website was encouraging Jews to confirm their Jewishness by DNA. Why did Guerrilla Hebrew give you the exact opposite impression? There was even a long section titled, What are the benefits of proving your ancestry? The website even says, if you can prove Jewish ancestry, Jewish gene, you may also qualify to go to Israel as part of the birthright program. So you can prove Jewish ancestry according to the site that he posted to say you can't. This gives you a free trip to the nation and a plethora of culturally enhancing experiences that you will remember for a lifetime. You will have an opportunity to get more in touch with your Jewish roots and to learn new things about the Israeli and Middle East culture and the history of Judaism. So once again, Guerrilla Hebrew misrepresented his sources. Okay, next is Professor Raphael Falk. And top geneticist, Al-Hazar, Guerrilla Hebrew sings his praises, talks about this as peer-reviewed, not just some internet article. Oh, we'll get to the internet articles in a little while. But peer-reviewed research. How did he represent Professor Falk? Let's listen.